Oh my god, there is something that I don't understand. Mm-hmm. Hello, this is the second part from today's episode Supernatural. Hmm, yeah, everything is so slow. Petronella, how are you? I haven't seen you for years. Invite friends to watch. Yes, yes, that's okay. Yeah, so again, like, oh, Taibe, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I have to have patience, yes. Deep breath. Larissa, how are you? I've been looking for you. Hello, everybody. Love you so much. If you have any questions about how to become supernatural, please drop down, be nice, and share with your friends. Maybe they are going to get value out of this recording. My voice is low. Thank you very much. Rizwana, I will speak a little bit louder. It's better now, Rizwana. Lynette, hello, how are you? Sorry for keep you waiting. Um, Parmjit has. Hello. Thank you. Finally, connection available. It's so like whenever it happens that you don't have a good connection to your phone, it's like your brain stop thinking, like your heart stop beating, and your breath seems to freeze. Yeah, this is my new haircut. I'm so curly. I'm like your daughter. I'm like your son, Bogdan. Anand, I'm great. Listen, Anand, the same issue with the how I'm going to invite, but like Parmjit, you can request to Hello, Auntie. Yeah, what about now? Let's go, finally. Come on, let's do it. Where's the button? To watch. Thank you. 1 minute of patience, please. Be patient, and you will be stronger. As long as we do, as long as we nurture and have more patience, where's your name, Parmjit? Wait, Parmjit, I can't see your name. What is your name? Where is your name? There is no your name. Oh, this sweater! I'm getting too warm. Okay, I have here invite friends to watch, but I don't want somebody to watch it. I don't want friends to watch. I need to invite somebody. Aspantry, yeah, this is, but she can't see me online, Anand. She can't see me online yet, and that's why. Oh, dear Lord, dear Lord. But one day I will learn and I'll know. Yeah, I know that's the way we did it, but like right now, Parmjit, she's not online. Probably she can't see me for now, and therefore, yeah. So I have like to be doing this for over minutes, and we haven't been able to find a way to start this discussion. Oh. Yes, yeah, so sorry. I'm so sorry again. And we're still waiting for Parmjit. Okay, you're here. Yeah, are you? Okay, Parmjit, yeah, request to join. No, Parmjit, she's online. I see her. Okay, so Parmjit, request to join the chat. Parmjit, can you hear me? Can you see me? Yeah, probably it's gonna take a while because I think live it's a new product to Facebook, and sometimes like anything that is new, it it's gonna take a while to get improved. Oh yes, yes, finally. Only works on iPhone, really? Yeah, now I'm adding her. Parmjit, she is on the way. Hello, everybody. Thank you very much for watching us. And today we're gonna talk about what really means to be supernatural. Hello, everybody. drop in one if it's the first time see me, and two if you already see me, or if no, hashtag replay if you're gonna see this live on replay. And I think it's gonna be a bit difficult to see it because we already have like 11 minutes on the second part, and we weren't able to have a good connection. Parmjit, have you? I sent you the request.
Hello.
Oh, finally! Thanks God. This is a miracle.
Thank you, God. Sorry, everyone. I don't know. We're here though.
No, it's my. I think it's my one. Okay, yeah. So we have
Yes,
to
you did.
do
I've just received
only.
it.
Yeah. So how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
You look very different.
I look different.
Yes. Yes.
Oh,
Me
my
too.
hair's tied up.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, probably. So, okay, let's start. First of all, I would like to know, like everybody else, who is Parmjit?
um. Okay. Who's Parmjit? Parmjit is not an alien. A human being. A simple
Well,
human being. Um. Who just likes to. Who's going through normal ups and downs like everybody else, and just deals with it. Gets with it.
this is it. Just a normal person.
A normal
Oh,
person with the normal ups and downs and roundabouts. We've all got a story, right? Um,
yes.
so nothing special.
Oh,
You just get on with it.
okay, we're going to find out if it's something special or
Mm.
not. I think there is, but you maybe are modest and you don't want to reveal yet. Okay, so what was a moment in your life that you realized that you are not who you really thought you are by that time? When was that trigger moment?
That's actually I went through a circle with that. As a kid, I always knew I was spiritual. I always was odd. I had a very strange, odd childhood because I was very sick, and I spent the first 10 years of my life I would guess in hospital, which is cool. You know, it is what it is. I didn't go to school, but I was always spiritual. Maybe because I was knocked out most of the times and I was on drugs. I don't know. But then as I got older, as I went through life, everything seemed strange. It felt like, is this all it is? It can't. There has to be so much more. But what happens is fall into the traps of what everybody else does, and slowly you see yourself dying, and you think this can't be it. And then everyone else has boyfriends, you don't, because it's not. You know yourself. This isn't it. I wasn't just born to be with somebody. It's so freaking boring. There has to be more to life than all this. And especially when you have a sense that, when you intuitively know that there is something more, there is so much more. Um, anyway, I fell into a trap. My boyfriend and I lived together for about 10 years, and I fell into the rigmarole of working with people I didn't normally click with because they didn't understand me, and I never understood them. But I was always good at my job. I became an accountant, and I was good with numbers. Intuitively, again, I was good with numbers. And then, anyway, when I was with my partner, we actually split. We were in love, but we fell out of love, which is cool, and it happened. And then I fell back into it, into my spiritual life again. It was just like a kick I needed. Um, and that was like 4 or 5 years ago, and I'm happily broke. And I love it. I love it. I know who I am. I'm happy with who I am. Give a crap what anyone says. It's my life. I'm accountable for that. And I think that's about it. So yeah.
Okay, Okay, so you've been doing accountancy for the last 10 years.
Well, a bit more than that, yeah. Well, I was a professional accountant the last 10 years. So I was
Okay,
fortunate enough to work in large companies.
okay, okay. Yeah, so um, the question of the day, how would you define this word supernatural? Because I have heard it um, two times. First time was like really thought about it when you go on Google and you do the definition of weird. One of the translation of weird is supernatural. And the second time, I have read recently the book of Dr. Joe Dispenza, Becoming Supernatural,
Mm.
and during my life transformation in the last uh, 12 months of my life, I have realized that all of us, we have this hidden uh, skill of being supernatural. I mean, all of us, we are supernatural, but most of us, we don't know or we don't believe that we are. So, how would you define supernatural from your reality, from your side?
Well, supernatural, again, it depends on your definition, doesn't it? And I think we should fall. I understand the necessity of words so it can help us to communicate, but there is a realization that, again, we are more than what we think we are or what we know we are. And to me, that's what means supernatural. It's something that is beyond our physical being. Um, it's that connection that everybody has. And the reason why I think some people have it is because they question things. You know, it's important to question, do I have to work? I couldn't have been born to be working for some idiot who regurgitates crap. Um, you, it's an obvious question. It's not that I couldn't have been born to be working. If I was, I would have had a stamp on my hand to say, Parmjit, you were born to work for this idiot, this number of hours for this pay. Come on, it can't be it. Therefore, supernatural is actually, I believe, the norm. What we have been influenced by is by distraction, by other people, and that's why other people are so focused on being distracted, as in they have to have a job, have to have a house, they have to have a car, they have to have X amount of money to feel important, they have to have somebody to love them. So these are distractions that all you really need, in my eyes, is really look in yourself and love yourself, because within yourself is everything. Once you know how to connect or love yourself, and that means all the good bits and the bad bits, you know, and accept that bad bits happen, but bad bits happen so you can appreciate the good bits. You know, we've been creatively and quite strategically distracted. We've allowed it to happen through our own insecurities. Maybe because as a child we weren't able to develop our own characteristics. I don't know. It's quite a big area, but we are all supernatural. You know.
Okay, yeah. So I think when you said we have allowed, I kind of want to add that I don't think we consciously allowed it because we have been forced, but like a sort of unconsciously forced by our parents and our environment. Because, for example, if I would have lived maybe somewhere in a monk uh, in a monastery where are monks, and they would have been able to show me the how to unlock the gate of the soul, right? Because I don't think we can become supernatural if we haven't break down the gate of the soul, right?
But this is the point. when we were born, we're quite completely open. We've got no perceptions. We're that's our originalities at the moment when we're born. But because our parents, it's a vicious cycle. Because our parents have been caught in that circle, in that trap, it is now fed down to us in drip feed. You know, through in their love for us. So it's not their fault. It's a vicious circle because they've been distracted. They've taught us how to be distracted, but we also have the right to question. We're not in that coma of being following people all the time. We have to stop and think, is this can't be it, you know, this isn't real, or okay, it's real to a certain degree, but there is more. So we have to question. You know, it's like always, I talk about marriage because I've always been against marriage, just for the reason, why do you have to get married? It's like, why? Says who? You know, and when they say God, God said he, that's another question. Who says God is a he? You know, stop it. It's just not real. And people are afraid, I believe, to break out the norm. What do you think about that? What do you think?
Well, yeah, it's going to be a very, very difficult challenge to break the cycle, because we have created in the last nearly 300 years, from back in 1680, back of Benjamin Franklin, when they built up America, and we have created this kind of system, a sort of slavery, right? Because even 100 years ago, we were using slaves to do our things, and the society and the system that we have created, they will be very, very difficult to break them down, to have a sort of the independence of the people. I've seen today a news, for example, in Romania, if you don't pay any of your tax, they'll go to your bank and take your money from the bank. Like, this is like, oh my, when I mean, here is not possible, right? They're not going to do that here in UK.
But why
If
is
it,
that? If you think about, but if this is what, sorry, I have to act professional here or something.
yeah,
But the point is, this is the thing. We don't realize our own power just because they're the government. So we have voted you to govern us. We've given you responsibility to guide us to a more material life. But hold on, there's more of us than there are more of you. If I know
yes,
something is wrong, does that mean I'm like, oh my God, the government said this, so I can't do that? No. In Romania, come on, people, you have so much power. You're entitled. It's your God-given right to stand up. If something is wrong, it is wrong. It's just as wrong to see something and do something about it. You know, you have so much power. And what does power mean? It means to have faith in yourself, have faith in your, you know, if you're going around chopping around people, killing, or everyone should be this and everything that, you're messed up. That is not right. Live and let live. But for equality, for humanity, it is wrong. How you're the government not looking after us? It's obvious. There are more people. There is government. Okay, they have. I don't know. You know, they might have guns and what. Okay, that's a threat. But is that surely enough? Is that okay? Still enough for them to continue as they are? We have to realize we are strong in ourselves. And it really just starts with the individual and then the family. Okay, also, it's easy for me to say that because I don't live in there, but I know applying that principle or concept in my own family, I've always been the odd one and I've been the black sheep. Fine, but I've always done what is right. Surely that is more important. Don't you think?
yes, yes, yeah, and another thing that so once I am becoming a supernatural person, But what I have realized that when I talk with the people around me, it's very difficult to be understood and actually to be able to build up not a community, but even a discussion. I'm just treated as a crazy person.
Yeah.
Happened to you?
Ever since I was a kid. Ever since I was a kid. Um, but it's okay. But you have to think what's more important. I think in my head it was always more important to be who I am. Answer my question. A question, answer it. Don't say, oh, I never got it. For example, go back to the topic of marriage as a childhood. When the bride used to leave the house, my God, there were tears. They were like, oh my God. And I always thought, my God, that woman's off to be dead now. She's definitely dead. And then the question would be, why are you getting married if you're very upset? It doesn't, to me, in my mind, it didn't make sense. And when I used to ask my mum, she used to say, just be quiet, you're a girl and, this is what happens. And it's like, that's not acceptable. It's so even as a young kid, I started to rebel, but I was lucky in that I was very sick. So I leveraged my sickness. So I never used to go in the kitchen and learn to cook because I could say, oh, I'm not feeling too good, so I don't have to go and cook. But don't cook, that means I'm never going to be able to cook for my husband, which is like, yes, that means, it was, you have to, you have to question. It all comes down to question what is right, what is wrong. If you don't get an answer that you are happy with, don't settle for it. Everyone has a purpose in life. If you don't fulfill that purpose, what is the point? I had a friend uh, who always said, oh, we can't all be pastry makers, which is correct. Somebody has to go and get the butter, someone has to go and get the milk, someone has to go and get the filling, someone has to put the oven on, make sure the temperature is right. Everyone has a purpose to make the perfect pie. And we all have to get to that point. For us to all get to that point, we have to question, is this right or is this wrong? Does this feel right or feel wrong? It's about being quiet, being centered, and listening to yourself and accepting that you are unique, and yes, you are different, and yes, you are supernatural because you're meant to be. That's why you were created to be. We are supposed to bounce off each other. You push me, I push you, we create something new. Then you push me again and I push you again. We are supposed to work together, but not like this. It can't be this. Do you understand what I'm trying to say, or is that a bit too out there?
No, no, no. For me, it's very clear and simple, because I have experienced, like for example, in my life for 35 years, like I kind of woke up about 1 year and a half ago, in a sense that I was afraid before to even like share a video online because like, oh, if somebody gonna kill me, like these guys that they run the elites or other people that want to hurt me. So I was like full of fear, and yes, I think the gate of your soul. Um, this is the problem that I'm it's not a problem, like how can we break through that gate of our soul to discover how to be more, or how to understand the higher self, how it works, and how can we unveil it and take it out and talk with it, right? But as you said, with stillness, and to get um, into yourself and understand what is there that I have never, that for example ancient people talk or spiritual talk about. So what is the, because I read on a second of your blog, there were conversation there between you and other four invisible forces. How would you define the soul? Like, has an ego side, is a monkey side, it's a higher self. It's how many personalities are in there? How many layers you think there are?
How many layers there are? I think in essence, there's only one, but we are existing. Right, this is interesting. So, in essence, there is one, but I believe we can exist in different dimensions. So, which is a bit alienated, but I sense it. I can feel it. Like now, we're on planet Earth, so we are living as human beings. We are sensing ourselves. Our soul is experiencing the human being. Our soul can also be experiencing another being on another planet or galaxy. And I believe collectively, it must be all feeding into one point as
Yes,
the single source.
which is
The
the
divine.
spirit in a body, right?
Yeah, exactly. Can you imagine? It's just one, possibly one stream of consciousness. What if there were like several streams of consciousness? Oh, woo, that'd be wicked. And I'd be well excited, exactly. But the reason why it's exciting is because we are learning probably more than what we know, and it's beyond it. I don't know. It's something around those realms of thinking. But in essence, I think in essence there is one, and it has maybe millions and billions of variations of itself, and we just have a very limited one. What do you think? Or do you think there are many dimensions? Do you think we can exist simultaneously on many dimensions?
Well, if you take the numbers, if you know that our universe has hundreds of billions of stars, and no, our galaxy has hundreds of billions of stars, and in the whole universe are hundreds of billions of universes. Like the chance, like we are just a dot, like not a dot, like an electron in the universe. So
An
like,
electron,
yeah,
a neutron, or a proton, even. Maybe that could be subdivided.
yes, yeah, and when you know that some people, they on our planet think and they behave as being superior beings, those are the most fools. And yeah, it's I think it's yeah, here probably we are in a simulation. But let's go back to our soul to understand how can we inspire people around you, because as I told you, my friend around me, they kind of believe that I'm crazy. But I think I'm discover myself more and more, and I kind of tend to feel and believe that I'm reaching the end point where I know for sure that I'm supernatural, right? An end point where all I have to do is keep preparing for the next challenge that I will that the universe will send to me. So, how would you um, what ideas would you give to somebody to become more supernatural? What a person should do that, for example, has no clue, but maybe is struggling in their life and want to get to a point where they can detach from things and other person to stop suffering. Is everything related with emotions?
Is everything related to emotions? That's a difficult question for me. Emotions. I think emotion is just tied down. Oh, I, I think emotions is tied down to this physical human being as part of experiencing being a human. But going back to your question on how do you think a person should become supernatural, and I think the first easiest thing a person can do is sit alone.
Sit alone.
Sit alone. Have no one around you and just listen to yourself. All the thoughts in your head, no matter how crazy they are, but know, you know there are more than two voices in your head. One that observes you. So, you know, when you're saying, like, as I am speaking to you now, I know I am speaking to you, but I'm also aware of the words that I'm using. So the mind can do several things at the same time. You know, it's like when you see yourself fall, and you know, you can see yourself fall slowly, but you also know you're falling.
Yes.
Does that make So when you're by yourself, is to allow those thoughts to happen. Let them occur, but know that you are thinking, that you are allowing these thoughts to come through. Let them come through. And I think you have to talk through each of the thoughts. Find logic in it somehow. Yes, I'm a logical person. And I understand emotions is also part of your body, and you have to accept your emotions. But I think emotions can also be reasoned with, you know. It sort of comes back. Let me connect this to your poster that you had, where you say, my father is whatever.
Nature.
Yeah.
My universe is my father.
Yes, exactly. And it comes back to there's this, I'll just, in alchemy, Hermes and Thoth, I'm just going to throw this in, have gave us an emerald tablet, which said that is which is below corresponds with that which is above, and that which is above corresponds with that which is below. Now, if we took that to a single unit as a human being, so whatever happens in our body speaks to our mind. Whatever happens in our mind happens in our body. We show action. So whatever we think, we process, we act on it. So therefore, we need to allow the consciousness to allow the thoughts to come in. Personally feel from a very naive point of view, I'm like an embryo, you know, who's just coming into this, is to allow those thoughts to come and talk through those thoughts. And everything can be rationalized. And at that point, when you rationalize, I believe, you know that you're not part of everything, but that you are part of everything. Everything is part of you. So good and bad is part of you, and it's acceptable because it allows you to become who you ultimately are, and are able for you to connect with people. So anybody who approaches you with whatever, you can connect with them and talk openly, and everything's acceptable, just as you and I are talking.
Yes.
But it all starts with, I believe, giving your time to yourself, sitting alone and allowing those to come through. How did you start? How did you start listening to yourself, or coming to your, you know, in that moment of being supernatural?
Well, I think I have got loads of information from the books.
Okay.
So lately I have read few books about spirituality and meditation, and the power of the mind and how the mind works. And just to add few bits for our audience, is that a human being has 90% of the thoughts are the same thoughts as yesterday. And out of those 90%, imagine what is new is just a little bit. And then you have around a human has around 60,000 thoughts per day. And imagine having 20 and 90% the same as yesterday. So it's very, very important what do you think, what do you hear, what do you feel, and what do you see every day. Sometimes when I stay, I prefer to keep my eyes closed, because I can save some energy, right? My eyes doesn't have to process all the colors and all the nothingness that doesn't represent nothing. I prefer to go within and maybe experience there, like, I don't know, I just travel the universe, you know. It's a lot more interesting when you are within. And the mind. Okay, so that's why I think lately our mind, it's overwhelmed with information, and I can say sometimes stupidity, and things that they damage your mind. They don't feed your mind with knowledge, right? And as our mind is a muscle, so if we don't train that muscle to make it stronger and greater, and to think beyond what we see, and what other people have an opinion for us, how can we train our mind apart, like reading and as you said, meditating, it's something that so many people they say is pointless.
You're 100% right. That's why I didn't want to use the word meditating.
Okay.
That's exactly right. That's why I didn't want to use it, because there's all this, stuff going on. But it does. That's a different. There's different science behind there. But sitting alone, anytime you are in your thoughts, your type of meditation, you're transforming to another place. In your mind, and you were saying you close your eyes. You don't want to use that information. These senses, our eyes, it depends on what we choose to see. So when I go out, it's important when you go out to see the greenery, to see nature, because nature teaches you so much, and it connects you to the divine, because the divine has created every single thing. We all have to work in harmony. So when you were saying that data that you're receiving in that moment, you're 100% right. We're receiving the same crappy data, the stupid data. Those are distractions that have been imposed on us. So we need to break out of that. And to break out of that, we need to start simply being in the moment. And what does that mean, to be in the moment? It's such a cliche, but it means using every single sense in that moment. So for example, I tried this once. It was just eating an ordinary apple. And I read somewhere, be in the moment. What the hell does that mean? So what I did was, okay, for me, it means engaging every single sense. So touching, holding the apple in my hand. How does it feel? It feels firm. My teeth and my lips around the apple. How does it feel? It feels smooth. When you crunch into the apple, how does it feel? There's a burst of apple juice that comes into your mouth. How does that taste? It's refreshing. The crunch in your mouth, how does that feel? Every crunch releases a juice. And so every movement you are appreciating and you are sensing. And that moment, this was 4 or 5 years ago, but I still remember it
Yeah.
because I engaged my senses. And that means I had to ask the question, what does it mean to do something? So this highlights for me the importance of being in the moment and questioning. I don't know where this is getting to, but it's about being present and questioning, is this right? It can't be right. Being supernatural, be in your divinity. Your variation, whatever it is desperately needed, especially some. You are not crazy. Anybody's not crazy. You have a point of view that you wish to express. Let it out. Tell me.
Yeah.
That would inspire me. It's like a domino effect. I'm waiting. As are you. I can sense it. A lot of people
Yeah.
are waiting. Even the ones unfortunately, a lot of people need proof, you know, that something needs to be done. That insecurities, I believe, that need to be fulfilled for them to move on. Now, if they see crazy people, so-called crazy people like you and I, do something, that maybe that will encourage them to, you know, step out a little bit, be in their own divinity and spark, you know. So bring on supernatural beings, please.
Yes, yeah. My mission is this, to become more and more supernatural and to show others what is possible and to inspire them to just like have a spark in their mind that,
Yeah.
look, this guy, like, it's interesting, but I'm not able to understand it. Let me ask him a question.
Yeah.
However, so many of us, we are questionless. We don't ask questions. And sometimes not even help, right? Which is associated with question. When you have a question, you might need help. But most of us, we don't do that. And it's a shame, because myself, I don't do that, because probably I have been refused so many times and rejected in my life, as now I just want to do it by myself. I don't want to ask somebody or take somebody time away. Okay, so now the question of the day.
Yeah.
You remember that we had a chat about Mr. Thomas
Oh!
Edison. What is, tell me, because I'm so excited to understand.
I've got,
Do you
it's
have a,
complicated. Sorry, go for it. Go for
yeah,
it.
do you have a different alternative at what he created? Like he maybe destroy some evidence about, I don't know, Nikola Tesla or
Oh.
something. I don't know. Just tell me. I want to know.
Nikola Tesla is the man. Is the man.
Yeah, I know. He created, but Edison, he took it away, his
Yes.
inventions.
He took it away. And can you believe it? Nikola Tesla's alternate. See, I'm looking into it, but it's Tesla's method of electricity that's being used in every household. I
Yeah.
think it's called alternating current.
AD, yeah.
AC.
AC, see,
Yeah,
alternative
yeah.
current. Yeah,
Oh,
AC. We're still
that's
using
what.
it right now.
Yeah, Tesla's name is not as well known as Edison. Apparently, Edison was a good marketeer. He took many inventions. Was Tesla? Tesla was exactly. Tesla is the. He was a mystic as well. Did you know that?
He was receiving everything from the universe. He was just a filter. He yes, I know.
And
I read
that
about it.
filter feeds into everybody. And this is my
Yes.
mission, as crazy as it seems, but I don't care. I'm putting it out there. I believe every human being on this planet deserves free housing, free clothing, free food, free education, free health. That is our God-given right. And how does
Yes.
that God-given right transpires? All the resources in the world belongs to every single one of us. It's our right. People, bullies, let's just say posh bullies, whoever they are, have come and said, this is my land, I'm claiming it, pay up. Now you do as I say. You know what? Get over yourself. As soon as the ordinary person realizes how powerful they are and how many people actually believe them, but we're afraid to say it, don't be afraid to say it. Do not be afraid to ask for help, because you know what? Somebody else may want the same thing, but they're too scared. Stand up and say what you want, and let's go for it. There are more ordinary people than there are the elite. And
Oh, definitely,
obviously, the
yes.
elite has got nothing to do with how Ed uses elite. There are more of us, and we are more powerful than them. When they see numbers, hell, what? You know what? If I had to be, if it meant that I die for many, I would do it.
Yes.
Hopefully, why not? Everything, I'll say it again, everything belongs to everybody. We need to claim that back. All this distraction, working, I must have this, I must have that. How much food do I really need to eat to fill my belly? I have a I've been blessed to have a safe, secure house. I love it. Thank you, God. Okay, paying a mortgage is a problem. You know, it's going to be a task, but so be it. That's my challenge in me finding security in myself. and faith in the divine that it will all figure out itself. I like that shift. Thank you, Sergio.
Yeah.
But it's all, you know, it's about having faith. It's all available to us in energy streams. There's nothing to be afraid of. As soon as we're afraid, it blocks. We tense, and then it tightens the funnel. Just chill. Just have faith and believe it. And once you change your mindset, you become supernatural.
Mm-hmm.
It has to be.
Yes,
Point out, Sergio, it's
okay.
almost
So,
midday.
have you gave me the response of Thomas Edison?
So say it again.
Yeah, have you gave me the response of Thomas Edison about the energy and everything else, or I just miss it, maybe?
Well, the point about Tesla and Edison is Edison was more supreme because of that, and it is Tesla's technology, you can say the AC method, that is being used in every household, not Edison, Tesla.
Yes.
And that Tesla was deliberately suppressed because of Edison.
Yes.
Edison
Yes.
was a thief.
But I think it's still a problem all over the world with so many people that they have the power and they suppress the people that they don't have the power, as for example are some business people or some politicians or some bankers, some people that they are so poor, I mean so poor, because the only thing they have is money.
That's it. Money,
Yeah.
which is a human creation.
Yes.
But can I just say it's midday, and I know you're going to be in a rush, so we'll be mindful.
No, I'm not in a rush. No.
You're cool?
Up to 12:40, I have to go to pick up my Annabella daughter.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this might go on to another topic, but don't forget, to coming back to your point of money, which is humanly created, which is another way of transaction, which is another way of barter. Now, barter happens because I have one thing, you have another thing. I
Yes.
need what you have what I have.
Yes.
Let's swap. But then the question
Yes.
is, hold on, but what you have, you know, is far lesser product than what I have.
Yes.
So it increases value. But the point is, what happens if, excuse me, then what happens if when everything belongs to everybody, then there is no, you have more than I have, or more, I don't have enough as what you have. So value, the need for value is diminished or is non-existent because you and I have the same thing. So money is it's still at the root of it. It isn't evil. I completely appreciate we need it now to live, and yes, we can do things. If I have lots more money than what I need, I can do good things with it. But at the source, at the core of it, it's unnecessary because everything belongs to everybody. You know, it's similar to the idea of, if we are eating at a table. I love the video that you shared about eating at the same table.
Yes.
If you and I have the same bread, that's the same bread. You and I are eating the same thing. There's no need for insecurity. There's no need for greed. We're eating and we're sharing. You know, we create value by what we give value. So I understand money we have now created a purpose for money, and it's needed for creating other things, but I do think it was unnecessary, and that needs to be, in my view, completely wiped out.
Yeah, well, yeah. I think we created a world very global, and with the capitalism, it's really difficult in this moment in time when we have so many crises. So there is so much. Education has to be the first thing that we have to look after. And when you said you have two things, right? I have this pen and I have this juice, right? So this pen is £1, this juice is 50p, right?
Yeah.
So I give you this pen, but you give me two juices, but I have only one juice, right? So what I'm going to give you as a difference. That's why using money that they are under a government, which the government nowadays, I think it's too costly and is not trustable anymore, and they they destroy country, and it's difficult to have a balance in a country, for example, like America, where there are 300 million people, right? So for me, a country is like a corporation.
Mhm.
So, you know, when you have a 100 people business is difficult to manage. But imagine when you have 300 million people to manage to make everybody happy. You can't do that.
No.
And then the cryptocurrency, I think this is one of the wisest ever invention, as it's you can use bitcoins or any other cryptocurrency where government is not in the middle, where the bank is not in the middle. So you just pay this one bit. This the value is one bitcoin. This is half a bitcoin, right? You you pay whatever you want. You pay for this one half a bitcoin, and you pay this one bitcoin. So bitcoin was, as an invention, was an electronic cash system between two people. This was the initial, but the creator was not aware that today became into a vault, a safe vault, where people just hold the money into, and is really manipulative now, because big banks, people with money got into, and they can manipulate the fluctuation of the coin. And therefore that's why we need many other coins, because that one already went up. And for people that want to get into the world of cryptocurrencies, they have to have like a gain, you know. So that's why the new coins are very interesting for, I don't know, a transition for independence or and liberty and equality. What do you
Yeah.
think? Do you know about cryptocurrency? You said your father.
But yeah, my dad might be interested, but he's a businessman. You know,
Okay.
I'm not a business person. I'm
How
not
old
a,
is your father?
sorry?
How old is your father?
My dad's in his 70s.
Okay.
He's the best
Okay.
dad ever. um, but I believe I'm going to be totally opposite to you, in that you're still replacing. There's still a transaction. There's still a swap for one thing for and
Okay, but like, okay, sorry, I interrupt
that's
you.
okay.
Yeah, there is a transaction, but please follow Jacques Fresco, Venus Project. He tried. He started in 60s to develop a society without money, right? And he done it. He done it for 60 years. He wasn't able to do too much because there is not support to create that. You know, there is in India, Aurora City. You heard about it?
No,
Aurora City is a city where you go and live without money. You don't need money there. Aurora is somewhere in India,
yeah,
and many people probably, yeah. I think it's difficult because now everything is property, everything it's around money, and to do that, to build, for example, a society where you don't have money, you need loads of money to build the infrastructure. Right? Because a government will not allow you to do that in London, because everybody has a property, and nobody will give up to their property in exchange of good of humanity, right? Because otherwise, if we would be so care and kind and good to each other, the world would be everywhere equal, right?
but this is the point. This is you hit the nail on the head. The world we live in is not kind. It is not giving. It is not
Yeah.
compassionate enough. It's because our mindset, the way we think, is only about ourselves. Whether I'm
Yes.
safe, I and whether I'm going to be safe tomorrow and the day after and the day after. Now, the reason why Aurora City or Jack Fresco's idea didn't work, it's because he was working in solo by yourself.
Yes.
Everyone has to buy into the idea. Every single person on this planet has to have the idea of of just being again, being human. Everything belongs to everybody. Do we need money really to build properties? Well, bricks are bricks and stone. They're all natural resources,
Yes.
right? Do I need
Yes.
food? There are lands that are fertile enough to feed me, but I can't have that because some bully has said this land is mine. You touch it, I'm going to break your face.
Yes.
It's only somebody's words. It's only somebody's words.
Yeah,
That's
but
quite hard. Okay, then and what they've cleverly done have imposed fear in our minds by the threat of our life, or maybe the threat of our loved ones. So my, I think it's possible to live quite naturally in harmony with everything and everyone. I should be able to go to Nepal right now, theoretically, ideally, in utopia. I should be able to go to Nepal right now without uh, a passport, without carrying clothes. I should be able to travel, and the travel should be supplied for everyone. There should be no government, but at the end of the day, there has to be some system of justice, some system of a law
health.
that oversees that everything is being equal for every single being, not just for me and nothing for them. So the governments we have now are completely, we know, look at our own government. At the moment, they're like headless chickens, you know. They have no they have no idea what's going on. All they're doing is keeping a mechanism that's been automated. They keep it going. It's in
From
free
hundreds,
reign.
from hundreds and hundreds of years.
Yeah, yeah. So so I don't, currency, money. I think it's all down to a change of mindset. We all need to think. As soon as we all think, everything belongs to everybody, and I've got nothing. I'm going to be safe tomorrow. There will be food and clothes and shelter for me tomorrow because everything belongs to everybody. I know the thought is massive out there, but we need to have an ideal to strive for. This,
Yes.
as I said at the beginning, this cannot be enough. The way we live
Yes.
cannot be everything. It
Yeah.
can't be. So
It's
I understand your cryptocurrency and I understand how you feel about it. And it's a movement, possibly a step away from currency. But what will happen is you're still going to need a government or something to control that. How? So
coin. No, the coin is self-sustainable, right? So the coin, imagine we're gonna have no inflation, right? We're gonna have no cost of maintenance of the coin, right? Because it's electronic and you don't have to print it, destroy the natural to print it, and then the government spend money to print the coin. It will not be centralized. It's going to be totally decentralized, that the community gives a value to the coin. Why Bitcoin reached level of 20,000? Because was a crazy demand on the coin. I mean, the people that put the money to purchase the coin gave value to the community, right? So more and more people, they bought the Bitcoins, they hold on them, right? As they are limited numbers. In British pounds or American dollars, they are infinite, right? So the government, when has money issue, they go and print the money. And I think in America they can't do that. They have to contact Federal Reserve to give them the money, and which Federal Reserve is a private entity, right? As the International Monetary Fund is a private entity. We don't know who controls those, but to International Monetary Fund, all the governments in the world have money to pay to them, apart 3 or 4 governments, right? Everybody owes money to them, which means all the people, because governments are of the people.
Yeah.
So yeah, cryptocurrency, I think it's a step forward to be more equal, and the power of community is everything, because me and you, we can fight to do something, but I don't know how long it's going to take to really see something changed. And I think the cryptocurrency is just a step, towards freedom, financial freedom of the people. And probably so the technology that was invented once with the invention and the launch of Bitcoin is blockchain. And blockchain, a simple definition so everybody can understand, it's a it's a um, it's a public, yeah, no, it's going away. It's a public record of exchanging things and information where can't be modified and can't be duplicated. So that means there is no corruption over there. Everything is transparent, is recorded into the block, into the cloud, and anytime can be seen, can be checked, and cannot be modified. And I think that says equality and honestly, and you can't change that.
Okay. I've got 2 points.
Yes.
So, yeah, so with your cryptocurrency, when you said community adds value to the coin, yeah?
Yes.
So surely a community, how is that different from a country in its essence? It's still increasing. So the cryptocurrency doesn't have a single flat rate. The value will be dependent on the community. So again, you're still increasing the supply and demand of that currency. Let's say the coin is still going to be separate from another coin from a different community, yeah, because the values are different. In essence, how is that different from cash? It's just in form, it's different. And another question: if information can be uploaded, if we're keeping records of who has what, how is that record being put in there? If that record can be put in there, it can also be modified. There's no, in technology, what goes up must come down. If information can go in, information can be taken out, because there's a source of information. There's a point that information has gone in, and it has to go through processes for it to be somewhere. Information just doesn't disappear and then you type something and it comes back in. There is a trail of what that information flows through, and each of those points, they guarantee there is a loop or a hole that somebody will be able to get in there and hack in, if you like.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Yes, luckily with the cryptocurrency, right? So how does it work? We have like a mathematic algorithm, right? They calculate, and when a transaction take place, it has to be 50% plus one, so it can be approved by the network, right? Once it's approved, is locked there into a block that, in consequence, is being connected to a chain to another block, and is going to create another transaction, and that is locked. You can't go back and modify it into the blockchain. It's unmodifiable. Like, this is the technology, and it's incredible. Okay. And then the other one,
I don't believe it.
You don't believe it? Well, you can do your research. You're going to have loads of things to research, right? And then the second point that you said, okay, a community has a value of the coin and another community has another value, right? I believe that every community gives the value about themselves, because more people believe into a system, the value will increase. And it's okay. Already right now, imagine like 10 years after the launch of Bitcoin, there are over 4,500 other crypto coins, and they say that every single human being can create the cryptocurrency. As to what I do, cryptocurrency is the value of each individual, right? If I am a great speaker, I can create my cryptocurrency and you pay me with my cryptocurrency, right? You go to the exchange, you exchange your money, and you pay me with my cryptocurrency. And yeah, I think this is going to way that's going to work in the future, not now, because right now I think even about cryptocurrency, less than 8% of the humans believe in it, and they say it's the fourth industrialization in the world, about digital money, about Internet of Things, artificial intelligence, and yeah, this is it. So they say it's 100 times bigger than the internet. Yeah. So anyway, let's go with our final questions.
Okay.
Our final question: what is the impact that you want to make in the world?
My impact. I know I won't be able to definitely achieve it, but definitely set up the foundations for free housing, free food, clothes, education, and health for every single person on this planet. Because I believe that strongly, and that's why. But I believe in beginning that is to change people's mindset, and I've started that in my blog, my divinitydoubts.com, where I start questioning my own thoughts.
Yes.
And from there, I'm hoping people can relate and question me. And that's the most important thing. If they question me, then they question themselves, which means we're now starting the ball rolling of change, hopefully. Because if you're beginning to challenge whatever that which is above corresponds with what is below, then questioning, they will start acting out those changes and then ask, why can't we have this? It is 100% correct. Everything was created for us. Then why have people come in, bullies come in and said, this is mine, therefore you, I owe your backside. You do as I say, go and work, give me money, give me taxes. When actually I can live off. There's enough to live off today and tomorrow from nature, from earth, from itself. Everything's been provided for us, but that's my mission. That is my mission. A slight change is what I need. Be a rebel, yes. That's my
Okay.
purpose.
Yeah. Let's start to do that change together, step by step. Yes, Parmjit, thank you so very much.
No, thank you. It's been fun.
No, I thank you because this was kind of the official first episode of Supernatural's journey, and yeah, let's see what's happening from now on and how we can change, not well, first us and then inspire people around us. And thank you very much for everybody that tuned in. Please be nice and share this post, this live. Maybe somebody else will get some value out of it, and they will thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody.
Just before you go, I want to wish you all the best of luck for this Supernatural series. Well done for starting it. And you were excellent today, very in yourself. Well done. I wish you all the luck.
Yeah.
Continue.
It was a bit short, but next time we're gonna make it again. Okay? Thank you very much. Bye bye.
All the best. Bye.